Why am I here? I am here because I love the Philippines and I love the Filipino people.
President Duterte speaks out against the organization managing the road users tax at the change of command ceremony of the Philippine Air Force. Both Malacanang and senators want the road board abolished, saying it is rife with corruption. But House lawmakers says that's not true. Let's bring in our senior correspondent, David Santos. So David, what exactly did the president say about the agency?
For Ruth, tonight, President Duterte speaking out, hoping to finally put an end to the seemingly endless debate, especially between the two houses of Congress on the fate of the road board. The president tells his allies in the lower house, specifically former President and House Speaker Gloria Arroyo, he is taking the side of the Senate on this issue, which is seeking to abolish what the palace had called a graft-ridden agency. Now, Mr. Duterte says Mrs. Arroyo's camp may have misunderstood his stance on the issue. He is the president. Here is the president in his own words.
I had a talk with President Arroyo, and apparently there was a misunderstanding because all around I really wanted to abolish the road tax. And Andaya says now that I was one of those who said that it should be maintained. No. Nagkamali sila doon. My feelings about that board was the strongest against its being there. So walang ginawa yan kung hindi makurap. And I see now that it's about time na buwagin nila yan. Because if not, and if I side, which I am on the side of the Senate, it would create another constitutional issue and maybe crisis.
The president reiterates the palace statement describing the road board as a milking cow for corrupt politicians and that the collection of the road users tax should instead be handed over to the Public Works Department. Now, he made this statement at the Philippine Air Force change of command ceremony here in Villamor Air Base tonight. The president also announced that he is offering outgoing Air Force Chief Lieutenant General Galileo Gerard Quintanar the post to head the Philippine Coconut Authority. Mr. Duterte has ordered the current officials at PCA to submit their courtesy resignations to give Quintanar a free hand in selecting people for the agency. The president says he wants a new PCA administration that can handle honestly and efficiently the distribution of about 87 billion pesos worth of coco levy funds to deserving farmers. Now, Quintanar says he will accept the president's offer but will also remain in the military service until his retirement in January 2020. That's about 13 months more. Now, Lieutenant General Rosano Brigues, a member of PMA Class 8 1986, formally assumes as the new Air Force Commanding General. Quintanar was ordered replaced with Brigues' appointment paper leaked to the media on December 5. Now, speculations about Quintanar's relief have been swirling in social media since late November, supposedly for going against the wishes of a personality close to the president over a multi-billion peso Air Force acquisition contract. Ruth.
David Santos there reporting. An uproar is spreading online against bullying amid a scandal involving junior high school students of Ateneo. Several videos showing bullying incidents in the prominent Catholic school are going viral. Our Trisha Terada tells us about the reactions to the controversy.
These are screen grabs of a boy attacking a fellow student inside the comfort room of an exclusive boys' school. The video has gone viral since Thursday, and the incident has sparked a continuing buzz online. But it seems the incident did not happen just once, but on separate occasions, with the perpetrator harassing different alleged victims. The boy who hit the other young men is being tagged as a bully. Many have expressed hate and outrage towards the boy, but several also asked to stop the hate. One question raised is it okay to bully the bully?
Mali rin. Baka nga nabully na yan, kaya ganyan ginagawa. Tapos bubulihin nyo pa. Mas mahirap. Kasi imbis na nakatulong tayo para matapos yung bullying, o meron naman tayo ngayong bagong biktima na because into depression, merong mangyari sa batang ito nang hindi maganda.
Psychiatrist Camille Garcia explains bullies prey on the meek and weak to get attention, which they are not getting from their families and friends. Even if the act and attention derived are negative, bullies still regard this as some sort of achievement, especially when no one calls them out.
Ang bully, lumalakas lang, hindi talaga malakas ang loob niyan. Kung tutusin, mas yung tendency na kaya niya ginagawa ito dahil kasi one, hindi siya ganun sa bahay nila. Yung possibility na siya yung hindi achiever. Pangalawa, maaaring victim din siya ng abuse sa environment, not with the school. So, compensatory behavior na magpa-power play ako kasi mas nakakakita ako dito na feeling ko kayang-kaya ko.
A guidance counseling expert stresses the role of families in helping the bullies.
Marami ring product ng mga bullies ngayon ay product ng violent families. So very important the role of the parents, the role of the family, the role of a harmonious environment where there is respect.
For victims of bullying, Garcia says all-out family support is crucial in helping them recover and rise from the trauma. The first step to recovery is debriefing.
It is a way wherein yung batang ito will be able to express na sasabihin niya, okay lang po, kaya ko po, hindi ko po talagang nangyayari. Yung baga kaya na niyang inarrate yung story nang hindi siya na-traumatize, na hindi siya naapektuhan.
Hoxton has a piece of advice for parents to help their children from getting bullied.
Ang mga nabubuli naman, usually they came from overprotective parents. Kaya importante rin na matrain din sila on how to have a growing mindset or optimism in their thoughts that can be their positive feelings and behavior. Kasi masyadong involved naman ng mga magulang ngayon sa pagpapalaki sa kanilang mga anak na sobrang pampered na.
Meantime, lawmakers are urging school authorities to be more vigilant in monitoring children as bullying, in whatever form, has no place in society. In a statement, Ateneo's high school principal said it will immediately investigate the incident. In the same breath, it made an appeal to the public to stop spreading the video as these involve minors. Because of the incident, the Education Department has released a statement reminding all schools to enforce anti-bullying policies. Trisha Trada, CNN Philippines.
Presidential spokesman Sal Panelo says he's seen the viral videos of the Ateneo bullying incidents. He weighed in on the issue in a media briefing.
Pero dapat talaga imbestigahan. I think we should investigate the school should investigate the incidents and do something about it. You cannot be allowing bullying inside classroom and school. Besides, there is a law against that.
The Foreign Affairs Secretary also sharing his opinion in a series of tweets. Teddy Locsin says the abuser should be beaten senseless and adds, quote, "Trust me, this works sometimes permanently. What's the world coming to when bullies are babied instead of beaten?" Senator Nancy Binay says bullying does not end by bullying the bully. Binay says she is sad that social media has become infected by hatred. She adds, quote, "Let's strive to heal even the tormentors and work for a bully-free society." Upon learning that the boy in the video is a Taekwondo black belter, a former champion is now giving his 2 cents worth on the controversy. In a statement, Congressman Mansour del Rosario addresses the parents of the bully, saying, quote, "Your son is a failed representation of our beautiful sport." He adds every aspect of the viral video was hideous, weak, and unacceptable. Del Rosario finished by urging parents to raise their children to be better, especially those who do martial arts. Police say they foiled a bombing attack in Socsargen region planned for Christmas Day. Local police arrested 30-year-old Jamjo Sala in General Santos City on Wednesday. A fragmentation grenade was seized from him. There's an arrest order on Sala for his alleged links to the Maute group and the Ansar Khilafa Philippines. Both groups have pledged allegiance to international terror group ISIS. Police said Sala's group is planning to bomb commercial centers of the region. The Coast Guard suspended its search for 3 missing passengers of 2 motorized bangkas that capsized in waters between Beliran and Leyte on Tuesday. 5 of the 8 people on board the 2 bangkas have survived. The Coast Guard will resume the search when sea condition and the weather permit. At least 40 units of modern air-conditioned jeepneys began plying major roads around Cebu City today. The so-called Beep modern jeepneys will initially have 2 routes bound for areas where most call centers are located. The operators are looking at expanding to more routes later. Minimum fare is at 8 pesos for the first 5 kilometers. At least 1,000 families belonging to the Agta or Aita tribes in Tiwi, Albay received Christmas gifts from various donors. During the gift-giving ceremony, tribe leaders appealed for livelihood assistance. The Aitas have started producing handmade products made of coconut shells, but need help when it comes to product development and marketing. Expect the Araneta bus terminal to be packed over the weekend as last-minute travelers try to get home in time for Christmas. Our Paulo Barcelon shows us the situation there earlier and what to expect in the next couple of days.
Passengers continue to arrive here at the Araneta Center bus terminal as more passengers are expected by the terminal management to come here over the weekend as Christmas Day draws near. Figures from the Araneta terminal management show the number of passengers have nearly doubled from off-peak period, now reaching around 7,000 for the bus terminal and the Araneta bus port. That figure might spike to 8,000 people by weekend or double the daily off-peak average of 4,000 passengers. Buses bound for Gubat, Sorsogon and those headed to Samar, Leyte and Bohol are fully booked until the end of December. The next available trips are scheduled for January. There are special trips to Bicol and Visayas regions, but they are on a first-come, first-served basis, something passengers like Erlinda Angeles are counting on and hoping for so she can go home to Naga in Camarines Sur.
Wala pa kaming ticket. Marami full yung mga bus
However, some passengers have already anticipated the influx of travelers and were able to board quickly for their out-of-town trips, like Ryan Prima, who is traveling to Bicol.
Kasi maraming tao ngayon, mga sagsaga na ngayon, mga 22, 23, ganyan.
Meanwhile, authorities are also reminding passengers to limit the number of bags they would bring and refrain from bringing prohibited items such as flammable materials and sharp objects. Passengers traveling with children are also advised to keep an eye on them as well as their belongings. Paulo Barcelon, CNN Philippines.
Meantime, airport authorities expect the peak of passenger arrivals at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport to last until Sunday. That's why passengers are advised to be at the airport 3 to 4 hours before their flight. Navigation app Waze reveals the best and worst time to travel during the holiday. Driving patterns from last year's data shows the best time to travel in Metro Manila on December 24th is after 5 p.m. while the busiest hour is between 2 a.m. to 11 in the morning. As for Christmas Day, the best time to travel is after 4 p.m. Meantime, traffic will be heavier between 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. to 11 in the morning. Waze also said that on New Year's Eve, the best time to be on the road is after 12 p.m. The worst time is between 5 a.m. to 7 in the morning. Meantime, on January 1st, traffic is manageable after 3 p.m., while the worst times are between 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. to 11 in the morning. In its report, Waze also included several key metros in the country where traffic is worse during Christmas and New Year's Day. These include the cities of Naga, Angeles, Batangas, and Davao.
On normal days, a foul odor greets everyone who would come close to Manila Bay. The DENR traces the water flow in Estero San Antonio de Abad drainage to the outfall in Manila Bay. It runs close to a zoo, hospital, bank, mall, and residential areas. DENR findings show that decomposed garbage and untreated water are the most likely culprits for the turbidity and odor.
Some people or some entities are putting in pollutants into the estero.
Pero para maging ganyan kadumi, are we talking about big institutions, big buildings, big infras?
Possible.
The Manila Bay Coordinating Office says a sewerage system connecting residential and commercial establishments is needed to manage human and animal waste that pollute the water. Today, only 16% of 16 million Maynilad and Manila water customers are connected to the sewerage system. The rest have their own seeping facility and septic tanks.
Kung hindi sila nakakapag-connect, at least sinasiphon nila yung mga septic tanks.
Aside from informal settlers which block the areas for sewerage installation, there are problems in convincing private subdivisions to use sewer lines. The Pollution Adjudication Board will investigate 20 subdivisions who refuse to connect to the existing sewerage system.
Magpa-siphon. Kasi binabayaran natin yun eh. Ang problem lang is yung iba, wini-waive nila kasi yung mga septic tank nila ay tinayuan na nila ng sala, nag-expand. So ayaw nilang mabakbak.
There are also concerns that installation of sewer lines will cause traffic. But the MMDA assures this shouldn't be a problem.
We have people sa MMDA na uupuan yan para planuhin ano yung pinakamagandang measures para maapektuhan man yung traffic, hindi ganon.
MWSS aims to provide millions of Maynilad and Manila water customers a sewerage system by 2032, earlier than the 2037 deadline.
Former U.S. presidential candidate Mitt Romney quietly visited the country with his wife and other family members. Their mission was to help to promote goodness and make a difference in the lives of many Filipinos. The incoming senator spoke exclusively with CNN Philippines. Watch this.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. What's my name? Mitt. Mitt. Mitt, what's your name?
Unknown to these children in Tondo, Manila, there isn't much that Mitt Romney hasn't done. In 2012, he ran for president of the United States. 10 years earlier, he saved the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. But long before then, he was a successful businessman.
And at this stage in my life, I want to fight for the things I believe in and try and help everywhere I can for things that are most important to me. And that includes my family, my faith, and my belief in the fundamental principles of democracy and freedom.
And that's what brought Romney to the Philippines. Determined to make a difference in lives so different from his own, he wants to give back. Romney arrived in the country with his wife of almost 50 years and family members and friends for a 6-day humanitarian mission with Charity Vision, a nonprofit organization based in the U.S. state of Utah.
We put out large signs indicating that we would be coming, where we indicated that if people had eyesight issues or cleft palate issues or other types of problems of that nature, that they could come in for a screening.
Charity Vision has partners in 25 countries, including here in the Philippines, where it all began.
A number of years ago, an American doctor came here and found that there was an opportunity to help people that had conditions that were not being met at the time.
Romney was referring to Dr. William Bill Jackson, who, along with his wife Audrey, worked as missionaries here. The husband and wife team had a strong resolve to help those who needed medical assistance. In 1986, they set up Mabuhay Deseret Foundation, which is now the largest surgical charity in the Philippines.
We came here to help work with a number of the people who provide care for these individuals and helped screen people that were being seen for eye problems, as well as individuals that had cleft palates or other deformities.
Okay.
Romney and his group helped conduct eye exams. They met with patients recovering from various procedures or awaiting surgery to correct different birth disorders. The trip comes weeks before Romney starts a new job as Senator of Utah, following a successful run in last month's midterm elections. This makes Romney one of the most high-profile Republicans in the United States Congress. And as he prepares to serve his fellow Americans again, Romney acknowledged the shared history between the U.S. and the Philippines.
I was able to visit Corregidor Island and was taught about the great sacrifice that was made there, both by Americans and by Filipinos that are fighting to preserve freedom.
He also praised Filipinos for their love of freedom and democracy.
I think it's important for free nations to work together to make sure that we can preserve our own freedom, at the same time preserve the freedom of the seas and the freedom of the skies, that we can promote the principles that have brought great power to free nations around the world.
The timing of the visit could not have been any better. It was a nice reminder that generosity can go far beyond the season of gift giving. And at 71, this old-school American patriot is filled with the contagious enthusiasm of a much younger man, confident that he can make a positive difference in the lives of others.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Filipinos can now see Catriona Gray's costume up close after making waves in the Miss Universe pageant. The intricate costume will be put on display in museums all over the country, starting with the National Historical Commission. The agency aims to highlight the costume's elements, which showcased Philippine culture and history. The costume features symbols and patterns from ethnic tribes and the parol or Christmas lantern. The public can view the costume starting December 30th. Earlier, we asked you to comment on our top stories. Some of you commented on President Duterte slamming the road board, which manages the road users tax. Elizabeth Malik says dissolving the agency is a good decision, while Annie Sabida says, buti naman, matanggal na yung road board. On the bullying controversy in Ateneo, Denver Flores Alinganga says, I'm really sad about the issue.